for the 2021 renewal of the William Hill Highland National Handicap Steeplechase. They've got 3 circuits of Perth in front of them, and they will jump 23 fences, and it is Bafana Blue taking them to the first of those 23 with the advantage and gets over ahead, and they have all landed safely at the first. The Wicked Chicken is racing prominently. As to the outside is Big Difference, as they for the first time make a right-handed turn and head off into the back straight. The market leader, Tea Time on Mars, is quite nicely positioned as well, the horse with a white face, just on the heels of the leading few. And then a little wider out is Almanar as they come to the first of the open ditches, and over it they hop. And once again, all landing safely. Right at the back end of the field, early Buck Dancing along with Duc de Grisset as they now head to fence at number 3, which is plain. Bafana Blue, the red sleeves, the green colours of Big Difference are the leading pair. They're followed over it by Almanar, who landed in 3rd, just ahead of Tea Time on Mars, then to the inside at the Wicked Chicken, being followed through by Mance Raider, and then Cyclop a little wider out. That one racing just ahead of Head to the Stars. Further back then to Monkey Puzzle, and over to the inside Duc de Grisset. Boyhood out wider on the track in a yellow jacket with a green cap. Buck Dancing also towards the rear with Lithic, who'll be played late as they now come to the 4th. And over it they land, all coming over safely, and a new leader now with a Big Difference on the outside, with Bafana Blue along the inner. Bafana Blue with the benefit of the rails, just reclaiming that narrow lead on the home turn, with back in 3rd Almanar. Then comes Tea Time on Mars as they're now approaching the second of the open ditches in the race, and it will be Bafana Blue and Big Difference going over it together. All of the others in behind land safely as they continue their progress down the home straight here at Perth and towards the next jumping test. Number 6 will be another plain one. Bafana Blue and Big Difference are the 2 going to it together. They take it with precious little to separate them, with Almanar landing in 3rd. Then Tea Time on Mars, representing the Gardner family, who won this race back in 2013 with Flying Award. They've travelled a very long way once again to be here today. They're all safely over that fence. Tea Time on Mars, who arrives here having finished at 2nd in the Devon National down at Exeter, much closer to home last time. Further back then to Cyclop, who's racing a little wider out on the track. Cyclop, a former winner of the Lincolnshire National down at Market Raisin, as they stream over the water, all landing safely across that, and they now have 2 circuits left in front of them. They're a third of the way through, and still Bafana Blue together with Big Difference. They are the pace setters, with Almanar tracking them in 3rd. Then Tea Time on Mars from the Wicked Chicken. Mance Raider, Head to the Stars. Cyclop is working a little wider out of those. With in behind runners Monkey Puzzle for the Oliver Sherwood stable, who won the last renewal of this race with West Street back in 2019. As they come over the next jumping test, they've all landed safely. Lithic in a blue jacket is still well down, along with Duc de Grisset, who was, of course, so unlucky in the Borders National down at Kelso earlier on in the season. Buck Dancing in a red-coloured jacket is back with him, and Boyhood in yellow likewise a little wider out. Into the back straight they go once again, fence number 10 of 23. This is another open ditch, and it was Big Difference landing in front of Bafana Blue that time. Wasn't too convinced by the jump from Head to the Stars in the orange colours, well back in the field at this stage along the inside as they head towards another. Bafana Blue and Big Difference trading punches up at the head of affairs, and they're over that by a further 2.5 lengths to Almanar, who landed in 3rd. Tea Time on Mars is next. Looking back, Head to the Stars just beginning to struggle a little bit now, and is around about 6 or 7 lengths behind the second last placed runner, which is Buck Dancing, as they continue their progress over on the far side of the track and now move through halfway. And it is Bafana Blue along the inside of Big Difference, the first couple, as they come to jump this one, with back in 3rd Almanar, then Tea Time on Mars. Further back their Monkey Puzzle look to be a little untidy at it, as they once again race right-handed back on into the home straight. And it is Big Difference in the green colours under Darryl Jacob, up towards the outside of Bafana Blue and Ross Chapman. They straighten up ahead. Back in 3rd is Almanar. And then Tea Time on Mars as they cross the next open ditch. And the Wicked Chicken very nearly unseats the rider. That's a terrific sit from jockey Sean Bowen. Must have had glue between his breeches and the saddle there. That was a tremendous piece of horsemanship as they race towards the next. And it's going to be Big Difference and Bafana Blue. Big Difference definitely a more sizable advantage now over Bafana Blue, with back in behind them Almanar, then Mans Raider in a striped jacket of blue and yellow. That one coming a little closer now as they come over the fence, which in one further circuit will be their last. All over safely. Tea Time on Mars, the horse with the white face, is closest to the stands. Duc de Grisset is now making forward progress over towards the inside. The maroon and white check colours. At the back end of the field, the Wicket Chicken, unable to recover from that earlier jumping blemish, has been pulled up. Monkey Puzzle, very untidy over the water, and badly hampered Lithic. Monkey Puzzle and Lithic were both quite slow there. Also pulled up at the rear of the field is Head to the Stars. So it's only the Wicket Chicken and Head to the Stars that we are minus setting out on this final circuit. But one or two of them in behind now, just beginning to struggle, and it doesn't look like Monkey Puzzle's going to be go for a great deal further either. Racing now towards fence at number 17, and it's Big Difference and Bafana Blue still together, with back in behind them Almanar, then Mans Raider along the inside. Further back then to Duc de Grisset, who's over towards the inner of Tea Time on Mars. Cyclop, quietly ridden, is back in behind those, the Purple Cap. Another 2 lengths back is Buck Dancing, and then Lithic and Boyhood, who on entering the back straight are the last couple still going, as they now come towards fence at number 18, the penultimate open ditch in the race. Those who remain all across it safely, and still Bafana Blue and Big Difference are the leading pair. They're followed in third by Mans Raider, and then Almanar a little wider out as they cross another, with in behind runners Tea Time on Mars, who's just beginning to slide back a little bit now, has been overtaken by Buck Dancing, who's running a big one. Cyclop a little wider out. Duc de Grisset, who made that progress, is now under pressure over towards the inside. Lithic and Boyhood remain at the rear. 4 more fences left to get across in the William Hill Highland National, and it's Bafana Blue along the inside of Big Difference. Still these two are 1 and 2 as they come towards the last over in the back. Bafana Blue and Big Difference, they were ahead of Mans Raider back in third. Further back to Almanar, Buck Dancing and Cyclop. The others being headed off by Tea Time on Mars. Bafana Blue in a willing mood today heads back towards the home straight, towards the third fence from home, the last of the open ditches. He's now shown the whip in front from Big Difference in second as they cross 3 from home. Oh, and a bad blunder there from Big Difference on the outside, landed almost sideways. The danger to Bafana Blue looks to be Mans Raider, the white sleeves, who's going well under Danny McMenamin. At the back of the field, Lithic looks like he's calling it a day. Down they come towards the second fence from home. Bafana Blue, the red sleeves. Mans Raider attacks him on the outside and goes on. A heavy fall in behind them for Almanar, and it's Mans Raider who's gone to the front in between the final 2 fences ahead of Bafana Blue. Then Cyclop, who's running on. As they cross the final fence, Big Difference is down when in 4th place. He looked tired. They're making the journey up the long run in for home. Cyclop is coming out after Mans Raider. Mans Raider hit the front plenty soon enough, and Cyclop now only has a length and a half to find into the final 50 yards, and Cyclop produces a tremendous late run on the outside to get on top and win the Highland National close home. Cyclop goes on to win. From in second position, Mans Raider. Bafana Blue, a gallant effort in defeat, was in third. Further back to Buck Dancing and Tea Time on Mars.
As usual, a pulsating